After the overwhelming positive response to my link building checklist video, I will share my on-site SEO checklist with you. Hello everyone, welcome back. For those who are new here, I am Umar, the founder of Growth Winner. On this channel, I share my learnings and insights on SEO. In this video, I'm going to share 12 points on-site SEO checklist. On-page is the foundation stone on which your website is constructed for better search engine rankings. From title tags to headings and internal links, everything plays an important role in optimizing your website with the stuff that you can control. As SG is taking over the SERPs, click rates will be dropped for informational sites, but the sites from which SG is going to source that data will be those that are optimized for it. In the end, the micro optimizations will matter more than anything else. That is why I wanted to make this video for you so you can learn how to optimize your website properly.
I really care about you.
Some people like to add keyword search as a part of on-page SEO, but I consider it as a separate pillar in any SEO strategy. So I'm not going to add do keyword search to this checklist. Okay, let's start. Number 1, content briefs. Your on-page depends on how well you crafted the content brief. I'm not talking about just the number of headings as content briefs. In our agency, if the client needs deliverables for content briefs, we have the process for creating a content brief that may take 30 minutes. On the other hand, we do have a process that will take 8 long hours just for one content brief. It entirely depends on what their budget is and how result oriented they are. We just don't stop at finding headings or keywords. It then includes the heading level they should be following, detailed instructions for writers on what to cover in that section, what should be the content style look like table, bullet points, etc. for those sections, and so on. When we talk about content briefs, we are mainly referring to fully covering the topic under consideration. That's why when I will talk about above default content later in this video, it matters because what you cover at the start, mid, or end of the article directly impact your rankings. I shared about it in my Google Algo Leak video. There are various steps involved in creating those briefs. If you're interested in complete process of creating briefs, comment down and I will create a video for you guys. Number 2, URLs. Don't put all words from the title tag in the URL because you heard someone say the title and URL should be the same. In my experience, the URL structure should represent how the website's content is organized, like root, not attribute. For example, on a website that sells hybrid cars, the URLs might look like this, where Toyota and Ford are entities here, Prius and Fusion are respective attributes. I don't want to make it complex, but in simple words, the URL is the first thing that crawling bots see. So make sure they are organized to show the entire website layout. For example, if you're writing an article on 7 best hybrid cars of 2024, I'm not against writing a URL like this, but if the website is named hybridcars.com, it doesn't make sense to write hybridcars.com/best hybrid cars. You can just write hybridcars.com/best and search engines will understand it as is. As a general rule, if the URL exceeds more than 3 to 4 words, that means either we are trying to target multiple topics or there are unnecessary words like and or of, etc. in the URL. There are tons of other opinions on selecting the URL structure and how it should be organized. There is no hard and fast rule. Just follow what works for you. And if you don't know what might work, check the competitors' sitemaps and the URL ranking for your keyword. The one with most organic traffic share, aka ranking for those keywords that you want to rank for, will have the answer. Number 3, title. The title plays the biggest role in winning a click when someone is searching for anything. This is not only true for Google, but on other search engines as well, like Amazon, YouTube, Pinterest, etc. It's because this is the first thing that the searcher will see. So when writing the title tag, as I do with YouTube titles, make it something that raises curiosity. Although there is not much space, you can always play with the words or ask ChatGPT to come up with ideas.
By all means, give me some ideas.
I don't forcefully add my primary keyword if it doesn't fit in the whole theme of the title. For example, if I'm writing for hybrid car benefits, the bad titles would be benefit of hybrid cars or why hybrid cars are good. On the other hand, the best title would be hybrid car benefits of 2024, fuel efficiency, cost savings, and more. Now you ask, why? because I'm intriguing the searcher to learn more by clicking the result. The major concern of someone searching for this keyword will be to cut costs and fuel efficiency. That's why I mentioned that rather than opting for other benefits like reduced emissions or eco-friendliness. Here's the pro tip. Entity salience can be proved as most important metric when it comes to optimizing your content, or in our case, the title tag. It's a score that serves as an indicator of how your content is interpreted by Google search. I have built my own little tool for this purpose that helps me with optimization without juggling around with multiple tools. If you want to learn more about it, I will link to my friend's article in the description. Number 4. Headings. Headings are by far one of the most important elements when it comes to on-page SEO. Most people either confuse title tags with H1 or vice versa. The title tag is the one that you see on search engine before clicking the blue link, and H1 is the main or first heading on the page once you open it. I keep only one main heading, aka H1, per article, as it makes sense, right?
Yeah, definitely.
For the keywords, I don't keep the title and H1 exactly the same. I try to use synonyms of the main entity of the topic I'm writing to give more context to search engines, and if not, I make it different to be relevant to the reader. Since we got the click with a title tag now, it's time to satisfy the click intent with H1. Following the same article, my H1 would be this. Okay, you already know how to get those H2 and later headings. If not, drop a comment and I will create a video on building semantic content briefs from scratch with an example. One thing that I have started doing is changing normal headings into a question format. For example, rather than writing working of hybrid cars, I would write how hybrid cars work. Now, you might ask, why?
Why not, you stupid bastard?
The reason is search engines convert these keywords you target in headings as questions anyway when parsing them, so you are doing the work for them beforehand. Thanks Corey for this tip. Next up, with question formats, answer it in a way that is optimized for featured snippets. I know with SEO, featured snippets are pushed down a little bit, but we shouldn't leave a way to get the SERP real estate, right? For example, while answering what is hybrid car, the answer will go like this. Although this question strategy isn't a one-size-fits-all approach. Since you already knew the tip to write descriptive headings so readers can skim the articles, I just wanted to add my extra toppings of tips here. Number 5. Introduction. The searcher will want what you promised them in your introduction, so don't kick things off with a lot of stuff. Get straight to the point and give the reader what they came for in the first sentence. Your above the fold content holds more weight than the below the fold content. So if you don't cut to the chase on the main topic, expect that they will close the tab and check out another website that does. That is your competitors. For example, this article by SEMrush ranks number 1 for its target term on-page SEO checklist. You see, they didn't talk about XYZ and started the checklist right off the bat. The content that we are writing using ChatGPT ranks very well, doesn't matter the keyword. It took us 8 weeks just to figure out how to write the best introduction for the article on the given topic. The rest was not that much difficult. I mean the body and the remaining content on the page. Number 6. Internal links. You all know that the post you are optimizing should have links going to other pages, but here is the thing. As soon as the post is published, go ahead and find posts on your website through which you can internally link to this newly published post. As crawlers crawl the site, they will find this post quickly and it will help with indexing. I normally plan my internal links before the website launch if the project is new. Also, if you're following a reverse silo approach, I have created a sheet that can automate the mapping of internal links of important pages. The link to download the sheet is in the description. Check it out. The best part of that strategy is the pillar article gets more internal links than any other article under the cluster. Think of internal links as a goal to creating relationship between your main topic and subtopics, giving context to your main topics, transfer link equity, and having no orphan pages on the website. Now, you may ask, how do we create those relationships? My friend has the answer by connecting subtopics with a main topic. Here is an example from his YouTube video. This way, all topics will have relationships connected with subtopics. If you want to put this strategy on steroids, choose anchor text that includes the target entities of the article you are linking to. And if you want this stuff managed by ChatGPT, Steve Toth has created the prompt for it. Don't put effort in writing this prompt from the screen. I have added it in my video description. You can copy it from there. Steve recommended to keep these things in mind to use that prompt. prompt. Now, here is a pro tip. Search your keywords in Google with double quotes and see if your page ranks in top 5 position. If not, it means you should be perfecting its on page or building more info pages around that page to send internal links. Thanks, Kylo, for this tip. Number 7. External links. I've yet to find a study that proves adding external links is a ranking factor. Since it's a thing and we all do it, that's why I added it here. But that doesn't mean you should not add them at all. Just think about it. If it doesn't make sense, why forcefully add it? I have seen guys doing on-page SEO, and if they can't find any external article to link to, they literally just pick Wikipedia's random page on their topic and add it to the article as external link. The way to look at external links is to check out how the biggest site in your niche that Google considers them as seed sites are doing it. For example, it would be Healthline for health niche to look into. They would generally link to the actual research, official study, or the concerning website to get more info for the readers. So I generally don't add forceful external links unless I have to. For example, when referring to a study, mentioning statistics, or any factual information that may demand proof. Number 8. Images. You all know the common image SEO tips like adding descriptive file names to images so they are easy to find, adding alt text so search engines understand images better, and using compressed images to help with page speed. But I want to give you an actionable tip that's not common. There are free OCR tools available online that can extract text from images, and many of them are so accurate. Similarly, Google and other search engines use this technology to understand the text inside images. These days, as AI evolves, it can even understand what the image is about even if there is no text on it. But processing an entity's attributes and values inside an image is a powerful SEO tactic. You are signaling to Google that you have covered the entity with your text as well as image, tables, etc. This graphic is on the topic of hybrid car working. Now, what is the important entity for its working? The car itself. You may upload this image to Google's Cloud Vision API and it will process the car image. I'm sure about that. Number 9. Information gain. Imagine if you are in a room with 10 experts and 11th enters the room and tells you the same stuff that everyone in the room had. Will you value that person for knowledge? I wouldn't. So does Google.
Who in the blue hell are you?
If you aren't bringing something unique to the table, search engines don't need your content to even consider for indexing, let alone ranking is a long shot. Although I have ranked websites with literally copied content from competitors, but it depends on many factors and one of them is niche competency. You can't do the same with health or finance niche. So, referring to the same post on hybrid cars, this is how I would write to signal the originality, uniqueness, and expertise. And this is the very reason AI content flooding the internet is forcing Google to add helpful content system to its core algorithm. In the end, AI content doesn't bring something new to the table. It's just a mashup of previous knowledge. Now, you may ask, does ChatGPT content ranks? Sure, it does. The process we follow to create content brings something to the table. I will be sharing it later in videos on my channel. Number 10. Content readability. Though this should be a part of content checklist, well, on-page SEO is done on content. If there is no content, what are you doing in on-site SEO then?
In terms of money, we have no money.
So, the technicality and readability of the topic depends on how complex the topic is and who will be reading the article. For example, you have a website about safety products for seniors. When writing articles about products like mobility aids or health monitors, they are purchased by adult children or caregivers who buy these items for their elderly parents. So, they are the target readers, not the elders themselves. 130 million Americans, that makes 54% of adults, lack proficiency in literacy. Essentially, reading below the equivalent of 6th grade level. I don't go beyond a reading level of 7 unless the topic requires it. Again, it depends. I use Hemingway app to check the readability. Alright, number 11. Word count. I don't know why people still worry about the word count of the articles. I have been following and will be following this framework. Write as long as necessary and as short as possible. That's it. Do not count the words.
It's evolution!
The thing with LLMs such as ChatGPT and Google's AI overviews is that they cut to the chase and directly answer the searcher's query without beating around the bush. So is the case with your website. If your article is about on-page SEO checklist and you go on to explain the importance of off-page SEO or the difference between both in the introduction, do you think it will serve the reader? Number 12. Searcher's intent. There is no point in writing the article, spending hours on content briefs, and checking all the boxes on this checklist that I shared if you can't satisfy the visitors who come to your website while it's searching on Google or any other search engine. While rating websites, Google's quality raters label the websites and see how helpful and satisfying the results are for users. If you ask any SEO's mind, they will try their best to create a highly optimized page by stuffing either keywords or over-optimizing it with entities. But they would never think about what's the motivation behind the search and what the user is actually looking for.
You just have to be smart enough.
One of the Google's main objective is to provide people with something they are looking for. I wrote a complete post on search intent on my Facebook profile. The link is in the description if you want to check it out. Following our favorite example throughout this article, if someone searches for hybrid car cost calculator, they are looking for a tool to help them calculate the cost, not a guide to explain the cost savings or anything like that. The best way is just to do a quick search and see what's already ranking. Think of yourself why someone would search for it. What's the pain behind the pain? Or at least ask ChatGPT what could be the possible intent behind the query and it will lay down the cases for you. That's it for this video. If you need any help with SEO strategy, please feel free to book a consultation call with me using the link below or reach out to my team via website if you want us to manage your SEO campaign. See you in the next one. Bye bye.